What's up everybody? This is Jumpin here. Today I'm going to be bringing you another Mass Effect 3 gameplay commentary. This is actually going to be prior to all the new DLC coming out. I really wanted to show you this build because this was I did this last night and this was amazing. This is going to be the Geth Talon build. Pretty much the way it works is that I'm going to be using the handgun known as Talon. It's a shotgun handgun. One of my favorite guns in the whole game, honestly. The mods I'm going to recommend is going to be extended magazine and extended barrel. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the build. It's pretty standard for most of my, just like most of my Geth Infiltrator builds. So I'm going to go for damage, recharge speed, and then bonus power. You know, not using sniper rifle, don't really need, and sniper damage, that would make no sense. For the proxy mine, I recommend radius, damage taken, then damage. Pretty standard. And then for the hunter mode, power recharge. Now the one thing that matters the most is rate of fire. This is extremely amazing for this gun because its rate of fire is already pretty good. So the DPS on this gun goes up like crazy, and this is probably, in my opinion, like right now, the most DPS causing build in the entire game. And then finally, I recommend damage just for extra damage. Okay, so right here, this was a mistake. I made this for like the Geth Saber, and then I, started using the Talon. So I highly recommend weapons damage over the damage and capacity, just to give this gun a little bit more power, because this gun is really strong as it is, and with the Geth Infiltrator, it is so freaking amazing. And then finally, power damage, and then of course for your advanced hardware, just pretty much 3 into advanced hardware. Alright, now for the equipment, I'm going to be using Armor Piercing 3. You have to use Armor Piercing 3. Pistol Rail Amp 3, and Shield Power Cells 3. Shield Power Cells is mainly for Geth Infiltrator. He really needs an ability to get his shields back. Very important. Alright, so let's go and get into the gameplay. Now in this video, we're going to have 3 people using the exact same build. It's going to be 3 Geth Talons and 1 Geth Engineer. So that's pretty much what you can expect out this. You will see some insane damage on some enemies. Like, alright, so let's get this, let's get this stuff on the road and show you how ridiculous this is. Alright, pretty much the way it works is that you're just going to use proxy mine and then you just blow them away. And, if you guys have ever used the Talon before, you will notice that just in general, this thing with the rate of fire, it fires just so much faster in a way. Like, I guess because its rate of fire is already like okay, that when the 15% hits it, it just goes up dramatically, and you're just able to just mow down enemies. The first thing I want to say about this gun, which is very important if you're going to try this build, is like I said, you do want to use some type of armor piercing ammo. It doesn't, if you're playing silver or something, you could just put like 1 on or 2. But if you're going to use this for a gold character, you definitely want to maybe put 3 or at least 2 on, just because it's going to really like help you, kill guardians and any armor target. It's very important that you do that. The other thing about this gun is that the reticle in this gun I don't really like, so I highly recommend just hip firing this. And what's great about that is because you're hip firing this gun, the accuracy on it is going to be very good. And not only that, but you're also going to be able to stay mobile, meaning that you won't be shot as much, and that's very important for the Geth Infiltrator, just because he does go down a lot. He is such a weakling that this can help you stay alive a little bit. Now I'm gonna have some epic fail moments in this game where I'm going to go down quite a bit, but in general, like, just the amount of DPS this build causes, that it's amazing. Like, you'll see, like, look at this boom, just mow them all down in like a half of a second. Just what it is. And of course, you can always do your little Geth melee. Now, one thing I did want to say right away in this video is that I know a lot of people are expecting like all the DLC videos to come out, and I will be bringing out them, but God, man, it's taken forever for the DLC to come out. Right now, at least, it's Tuesday, the day that it was supposed to come out, the 29th, and I'm sitting here waiting for this. I was just bored, so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and show this video off. Just because once I start, focusing on the new characters and new weapons and new map, all that kind of crap, I'm really not going to be able to, show you a lot of the older stuff as much. Like, I mean, I can, but in general, it's just going to be a lot of, like, the new stuff for quite a while. So I wanted to get this out the way, just to show you how awesome this build can be. In my opinion, this the Geth Infiltrator Talon build is now officially my new favorite Geth Infiltrator build. I know I said that last time about the Geth Saber, because I really love the Geth Saber too, But the Geth Talon is just, you'll just see, like, this is about to be wave 3, and we're gonna stick together. And even if I was doing this by myself, it wouldn't be like a big deal. But just the 3 of us with the Talons staying together. Wait till you see us fight Atlases. At first, you won't even see me fight them because, you know, the point of it was that I was supposed to get on. We were all supposed to, you know, jump the Atlas, but instead I went ahead and focused right here on killing these enemies just so they wouldn't mow us down. And by the time, look at that. By the time I even could even pay attention to it, it was already dead. So, but you will see in this video, you know, us jumping the Atlas and how fast it will die. Like I said, DPS wise, it's insane. Like, it's absolutely insane, especially if you run around with multiple Geth infiltrators. You know, like, honestly, you could probably beat gold in like a matter of 20 minutes consistently. Like, look at that. That's insane. You could probably beat gold consistently in 20 minutes every time if you just use like 4 Geth infiltrators, 3 with Talons, and maybe 1 with a Claymore. And yeah, you know, proxy mine stacks. That's another big part of this, is that because the proxy mine actually does stack, you know, we're able, if we jump it, we're able to inflict 60% more damage. And this gun, like I said, it is a very powerful, in my opinion, like, since this is a shotgun-like pistol, I kind of count it as a pistol. I don't even really think of this gun as a, you know, no, I count it as a shotgun. I don't really think of it as a pistol. So, and in general, this is probably one of the best shotguns in the game, even though it is a pistol. Alright, so right here, you know, I'm getting messed up, but look at that. Like, that is just, I think that was just me and Drew shooting at that one. And that's, I mean, what happened was is that I told Drew about this particular thing. Someone actually told me that this was pretty good to try. He told me, like, I should try the Talon on the Geth Infiltrator, and that would be, I believe, my buddy Booty Bandit, aka James. He brought it up. I mean, look at that. That is insane. That was 3 of us. That was all 3 of us shooting at it. But yeah, you know, he told me that I should try it on just a Geth in general. And, you know, I just went ahead and made this build, just, you know, just pretty much, it's a pretty standard, most of my Geth Infiltrator builds are pretty consistently the same. And yeah, you know, like, when we started running around, it was just me and Drew running around with this. I mean, we were just destroying, like, everything, like killing brutes in a matter of seconds, you know, just destroying banshees in like 2, you know, just everything was dying so fast that it was absolutely insane. And then we went ahead and got you know, Flipper, I think this guy's name is. I don't really know him too well, I just met him. But like, we actually, you know, he got aboard, he started playing with us, and we had him go ahead and try it too, and that's when I got this gameplay. Unfortunately, like I said, I wasn't recording any of these gameplays prior to this, so I didn't really even like this gameplay that much. It wasn't even that good, I thought. But, you know, in general, like, I just wanted to bring something out right now, just showing this off before the new DLC came out, and, you know, I couldn't really, you know, upload any old characters for a while, just because I know that most people are going to want to see, like, consistently, like, I want to see the Geth I mean, not the Geth Infiltrator, the Quarian, I get them confused, the Quarian male Infiltrator and the Cerberus, you know, Vanguard. That's probably going to be my favorite one to pretty much upload. Like, that's probably going to be my first one. Another thing I am going to do, too, is that the second the DLC becomes available and I actually buy my packs, I will make a video of me buying the packs and I'll commentate it probably live and just talk about it. And even if, you know, hopefully I can get all the characters right away. If I can't, then whatever ones I do, I will, you know, I'll look over them and I'll, you know, tell you what I think of all the powers. I have no idea what any of the powers do. I don't know anything about the evolutions, anything like that. So, you know, pretty much my first time, that was a nice little dodge right there. Pretty much like, you know, my first, and then I get wrecked, of course. But pretty much, you know, my first time looking at him will be my first time even knowing anything about him. So, you know, I don't know. Trying to fight an Atlas head on like that was very stupid of me, I gotta admit. You know, you might feel invincible when you're using like a gun like this and a build like this, just because you just kill everything so fast. But you do have to play somewhat smart. You can't just stand in front of an Atlas thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this thing in 2 seconds," because you know, it might take you a little bit longer sometimes. You know, sometimes you can kill him in 2 seconds, but other times you won't be able to. So, you know, when that happens, you're gonna get kind of screwed over. You know, anyway, so yeah, you know, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing with the DLC. I mean, I will be uploading, like I said, quite a bit, and you know, that will be pretty much later today. My first video will definitely be later today, sometime maybe this, you know, tonight or something. I will upload my first DLC like video about probably, you know, whichever. I can't really say what character is going to be because I haven't got him yet. You know, I might get really unlucky, not get any. Who really knows? But we'll just have to see. Hopefully I will be able to. I don't really know, like, last time the packs came out, it was really dumb. Like, one of the problems that they had is that if you were trying to, like, you know, like, there was a consistent problem where if you were, like, you know, buying the packs, like, you know, when it came out, I bought a lot of packs, not knowing that the DLC stuff wasn't available yet for the packs. So it was, like, really stupid and it's really annoying. But yeah, you know, it just kind of happened like that. I mean, right now I'm going on a tear. I'm just mowing down every enemy that's in my path. Pretty much, like I said, like, that just shows you, like, how amazing this can be. And against any faction you play this against, yeah, you'll have a lot of success. Maybe not Geth as much, just because it's not a good idea to rush them like I am right now. But when it comes down to just, you know, playing very fast plays, playing in their face, having a lot of fun doing that, because that's really the way I like to play. I'm sure you guys already know that by now, just from watching my videos, is I really like to play very close range. I like to be in people's faces. I like to do all that kind of stuff, because that's just what's fun to me in any video game. And, you know, definitely in this one as well. Alright, but yeah, so this build really helps with that. You know, it really is amazing for pulling that off, you know, just rushing and just having a lot of fun in the process. But yeah. Alright, so let me go ahead and talk about the gameplay now a little bit. You know, the main thing is that, you know, we're playing at Cerberus. Cerberus, you know, this works really well against Talon. The only downside of this, the only downside to the Talon in general is that this gun is actually extremely hard to hit phantoms with. So because of that, if you're going to play with this build, you really need to, like, maybe do the melee, the Geth melee versus phantoms, because, you know, like, if you sit there and try to shoot them, you can mess them up. You can do some decent damage, but the spread on this gun isn't, like, that huge. It has really good accuracy, to be honest. Now, you know, you might think, oh, accuracy means, like, you know, like, look at this. Oh, my God. Like, every time I see an Atlas get raped like that, I don't know, like, a tear comes down my face. Like, I don't know. It brings me joy. Tears of joy. But, anyway, like I was saying, you know, like, so the phantoms, they're hard to hit because you might think that, you know, because this thing has such good accuracy, this is you can use this at a very long range. No, this is a very close range gun. It's probably one of the most close range shotguns in the game. It loses a lot of damage from distance, so you really do need to try to rush into, like, you know, in their face and be very close, like, you know, like you will see me do this whole video. And the downside to phantoms is that they dodge so much, it's very hard to hit them. So, like I said, if you're going to fight phantoms, and you'll see me in the video doing it, is that, you know, I go for my melee kills against phantoms. You know, any boss level enemies, like, you know, our Reapers or whatever it's going to be, you mow them down in seconds. I mean, it's crazy. Like, obviously, if you want to see this against Reapers, please leave a comment, let me know. I will be willing to upload some gameplay with this again if, you know, if you guys want to see it. Obviously, but I promise you this one thing, is that that will not take away from me uploading, you know, the DLC stuff, because, you know, if I do get a gameplay with this, I will definitely upload this, and also, like, some type of DLC thing this week. I know a lot of people always recommend me to use the Talon for fun with guns, and I never really get to do a fun with guns with it. So, you know, but I have used this gun quite a bit in a couple of my videos. I really like this gun on the Batarian Soldier as well. It's one of my favorite for that class. So I just guess, you know, it's understandable, but I guess people don't watch every single one of my videos. Even though that, you know, in my mind that in my mind you guys do, but yeah, it's something I forget that, you know, not everyone's gonna watch every one of my videos, because I have like a million Mass Effect videos. But you know, that's the beauty of it. It's just because I upload so much, you know, I just put the content out there for you guys, because that's what you guys want to see. So, you know, I don't know, and I really just cannot wait for the DLC to come out. Like I said, I've been literally up since like 2:30 in the morning today, just hoping it would come out early, but it just didn't, and it was a shame. But you know, it will come out though, so I'm not really tripping off of it. It's just, I mean, I'm just bored. I just want to play. I just want to, like, get the I mean, the one I really want the most is going to be the new Vanguard, because that just looks sick. Alright, so right there, that was an example. Like I said, I'm just going to melee the Phantom, just because Geth melee is, you know, extremely good against the Phantoms. It's just what it is. You know, you take a chance of potentially getting, like, assassinated, though. That's the downside. That's your problem, is that you may get assassinated. And this wave, this upload is so stupid and annoying, and especially against all these Phantoms, that, you know, we were thinking about milking it. But after just seeing how much that everyone was getting annihilated, because we were running 4 Geth in this game. So that's one thing, and because we didn't really have maybe 2 Geth engineers with us or anything like that, we didn't have any ability to heal. And, you know, Geth are very glass cannon, you know, they are really weaklings, and it's a shame. Like right there, everyone got dropped but me, because a Phantom got in the room and literally just mowed down everybody. Everybody got wrecked. But, you know, the great thing about having the Geth, though, is that, you know, like, you pretty much choose damage over, you know, the ability to live a long time. So that's pretty much like the payoff, is that you will die. No matter who you are, you will die. Getting a flawless with a Geth, and that was actually an accident. I did not mean to meta Joe right there. But, you know, getting a flawless with a Geth that is not sniping is extremely difficult, just because, you know, you're going to die a lot. It's just what it is. It's what happens. It's, you know, you're so weak. But, you know, right here, I believe I'm trying to get all my melee kills as possible. Like, I don't know, when I get into this whole melee Geth thing, it's hard for me to get out of it. Like, I'll do it, like, I'll do it a little bit, and then I'll just start meleeing with the Geth nonstop, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't need to do this. I have this broken good gun that will just wreck the crap out of stuff. Why am I, you know, continuously meleeing with my Geth? Like, that's stupid. And that really will cause you to die a lot, too. So, you know, it's just what it is. But if you could pull it off right, you know, you will, like, be able to do a lot of damage. So, it's just a payoff. Alright, so this is going to be Wave 7. Right here, I believe I'm just going to bust out my rocket and just try to kill all this stuff. It wasn't a kill streak, unfortunately, but, you know, honestly, like I said, guys, don't be stingy with your rockets. You know, from Wave 7 on, if you really want to increase the speed of your gold run or just have a lot more fun and stuff, well, I don't know why I said fun, but if you just want to increase the speed of it, and that was ridiculous right there with that proxy mine. But if you really want to increase the speed of your run and, you know, just make it easier on your teammates, just bust. If you see a giant, you see an Atlas or whatever, and there's like a Phantom and like 3 or 4 enemies behind them, just bust out the rocket and kill them. Like, it's just that simple. Like, it's something you should definitely do. It will definitely help your teammates out a lot. And then, you know, if everyone does that on your team, if everyone has that mindset, then you will, you know, increase the speed of like a wave by like, I don't know, a whole extra minute or 2, and you know, you can actually beat gold in about 20 minutes if you do it right. But it just sucks when you feel like I feel a lot, you know, a lot of times I actually do feel that I'm the only one busting out my rockets and I'm the only one rocking. But if, yeah, I don't know, it's just a thing. Like, so like I said, guys, is that it's just a good idea, especially if you have a lot of rockets. Now, if you don't want to waste your rockets because you don't have a lot, that's understandable. But you know, I don't know. It's just a good idea. It's a good team thing to do. Another thing I wanted to bring up about the Geth melee versus Phantoms is that the good thing about Geth and melee against those stupid, you know, everyone hates Phantoms. I hate Phantoms. But the good thing about meleeing against them is that when you do it, it actually like locks them up. It like stuns them to the point where they just kind of like are like duh 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 duh, like they're just getting hit. And if you do it right, and that was really dumb right there. I didn't kill those freaking dumb Atlases. It's still retarded. But like I said, if you do it right, though, like what, and then someone accidentally wasted a rocket there. I guess I didn't call it out, you know. And I really did not want to get up right here, but I was thinking I should have, because immediately in this wave, one of our guys just, you know, he got assassinated. Like a Phantom just spawned right by him and ran up and just stabbed him. And, you know, that really sucks because, you know, now we got to work on trying to do this, you know, a man down. But, you know, this build is so overpowered that it shouldn't really be too bad. But, yeah, like I said, so, like, if you can pull off the Geth melee against these Phantoms, you can actually lock them up to the point where they won't move. And then, you know, like, you know, they'll just stand there like, duh. And if your teammates, see them, like it's so easy just to shoot them in the face, like, or just to hit them with a power or whatever it is. And that is a very, good and awesome thing that you can do with the Geth melee. It's just, like I said, it just makes killing them for you and your teammates so easy. And of course, proxy mine is amazing against. It's definitely, proxy mine is definitely one of my favorite powers in this game as of now, since they updated it and stuff. And I'm right here. I knew I was gonna get dropped. If any enemy, if you're performing the Geth melee and you're by a group of enemies, or at least if an enemy sees you, yeah, you're gonna have some problems. You're probably gonna get dropped. But like I said, it's very important just to do it against Cerberus, just because you want to be able to kill the phantoms easily. And this gun is godly, but just against those enemies alone, like, it's not very consistent. But this build is, though, don't get me wrong, this build is very consistent, because against any faction, like I said, this works very well, especially against Reapers. Normally, in my opinion, I think the Geth Infiltrator works the best against Reapers. Just because, like, I don't know what it is. It's just, like, no matter what I do, like, if I'm fighting Reapers against, with a Geth Infiltrator, I just feel like it's always a lot better. Maybe because they don't move, or they're easy to, like, not get hit as much. Cerberus, they're going to shoot you, and it's hard to dodge bullets, where a brute trying to, stab you or whatever, it's pretty easy to dodge that. Now, of course, Reapers shoot you too, but not as much. And then, like, in the later waves of Reaper's Gold, there's only, like, Ravagers that will even attempt to shoot you. So that's pretty much it. Alright, so right here, got my rocket out again. And I'm just going to go and rocket that. Any time you can rocket a group of enemies, like I said, in the later waves, you should definitely do it, because it's going to help your teammates out a lot. And at this point, we're all just busting out our rockets, and we're all just rocking. Right here, there's 2 Atlases. Let's do it. Boom, kill streak. And that whole room just got pretty much cleared out. So that is, like, awesome that just happened and stuff. And, like, this wave, as of right now, will be extremely short, just because of all the rockets we've already used. I think we used, like, 4 this wave. But you don't really want to run. You never want to run totally out of rockets, because wave 10, anything can happen wave 10, and you don't want to, like, potentially just have everyone die or whatever, because you can't rocket when you absolutely have to, and that will happen at times where you absolutely have to rocket because there's no way out of the room or whatever, without busting out your rocket or whatever. All right, so right here I'm gonna run up and just immediately rape her. So that was what was up. And I believe we're going to be on wave 10 here. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. I believe for wave 10 we are going to get targets, so that's pretty lucky. But 10 is definitely, wave 10 against Cerberus can be one of the worst, especially when you're running a build like this, where, like I said, there's so many phantoms against Cerberus wave 10 that you seriously might have some problems. Now I'm gonna go ahead and rocket this first group right here, and I actually got a kill streak somehow. I don't really know how I did that, but anyway, but like I was saying, but because this build in general, and we're running three of this build, where it's very hard to kill, it's very hard to shoot the phantoms down. This right here is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to dodge this thing, but I cannot stay alive. Like, going into this room was a dumb decision, and I almost have to try to get myself up, because if I don't, right there I didn't, but if I don't get myself up, then I take the risk of having my teammates die for me, and that's pretty much just what happened. Because my teammate ran in there and got me up, he died, and that's unfortunate, but it just happens. Now, at this point, we're trying to do this, we're trying to kill these targets, but it's just not really happening. We if the targets are phantoms, we have to pretty much let them come to us and stuff. It sucks. You never want to really just rocket a phantom. It's just something you don't normally want to do. And I'm getting stabbed in the back. Like I said, this is ridiculous. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, what's going on? This room is just death, but I think we're gonna calm everything down eventually here, and everything should be a lot easier. I don't know. Like I said, wave 10 against Cerberus is definitely one of the harder wave 10s in the entire game. You know, Reapers are also very hard. I guess all the factions are pretty hard, but I just think that personally, Cerberus has the hardest wave 10. You know, Reapers, for the most part, you can just run away from most of the enemies and not have too much problems. But Cerberus, you know, you can run from them, but they move so fast, they will mess you up. The Phantoms can stab you. I mean, you can have your whole team get taken out by, you know, Phantoms. It's just it's what can happen, and it has happened to me before, and it's probably has happened to you guys as well, where you make it to wave 10 against Cerberus and everything's going well, and then all of a sudden everyone's dead because you got, you know, just totally annihilated. But anyway, you know, we did get out of it. We had a little bit of problems there, but for the most part we were able to just you know, fight our way out of it, and I believe we're going to be pretty much good at this point. This is actually going to be the last enemy. I'm just going to go ahead and aim it in this time. Like, as you can tell, this thing, I don't know what it is, but when you aim it in, it just feels like it's so inaccurate compared to when you don't aim it in. But, you know, like, if you're trying to shoot something precisely, you do need to aim in, and that right there was an example of me trying to hit that thing. You know, I knew that it was going to be not point blank like I'm normally point blank on them. You know, so maybe at any type of range you should aim this thing in, but I don't know, the reticle's just really weird on it, honestly. It's just, it has a very strange reticle to it. You know, it's just because it is a pistol that it has a shotgun reticle, but it just like it opens up to be really big. And that was an epic fail rocket by Drew. But unfortunately, that was really my fault. I told him to take that rocket. I was like, you know, try to see if you get a kill streak, because there were so many Phantoms over there, and unfortunately, he only was able to kill one of them. So that sucks, but whatever. And at this point, they're going to be trying to flank us. So instead of letting, you know, because we all have, you know, shotguns pretty much, we're going to go ahead and get close. Normally I don't recommend doing this, but we're going to go ahead and get like to this range, just because, you know, it's going to be a lot in this room right here with our weapons. We're going to be actually able to hit these enemies and mess them up, where, you know, and then, yeah, I'm going to get wrecked right here. But, you know, at any further range, yeah, we were not going to be able to do nothing. You know, and then, like, the main thing is just to try to stay in the room. Like, you really don't want to run out the room too much, because, you know, if they come into the room, we're gonna, you know, annihilate them. If they you know, if we leave the room, we're gonna get annihilated. So that's just the way you gotta think of it. Like, you know. All right, so right here we're gonna pick Yugi up. Now we got 30 seconds left, so we definitely need to stay in this room as, you know, as long as possible, just to, because I mean, this map has one of the worst landing pads in the entire game, and it is such a terrible landing pad, and you know, you will just get annihilated trying to defend it. So, you know, I mean, I don't know, it gets so easily stormed. But right here, you know, it's pretty much time to go, so, you know, just pretty much jump in the LZ, and yeah, we're good to go. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. I really hope you enjoyed that build. Like I said, I will be uploading all types of DLC stuff as of, you know, for the rest of the week. Pretty much probably one every day. So definitely watch out for that. Unfortunately, it's taking forever to come out, and it's driving me crazy, but I really hope you like the Geth Talon build. As you can tell, it is insane. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, you should definitely try it if you want to try something different, but at the same time, I'm sure most people are going to want to try the new characters. So, you know, I hope you guys please, you know, like, please comment, please subscribe, and like always, have a nice day.